And now, before we start the session, I always just say a big thank you and a feeling of solidarity to all of those who are in the health service, maternity service, looking after people, both well people and people who have got COVID, and obviously people who've been affected personally by the epidemic and pandemic. And thank you to everybody, actually, that keeps the whole world going at this time, from the people in the health service, even to the refuse collectors, to the people in the shops, to the people running the transport. You're fantastic. Thank you. Everything keeps going in spite of everything. So that's just a little stop there. And I've also got from the news, this is like being at the news desk, and just to remind people, it's still Black History Month, and that's a real time to celebrate and honour the contribution of our Black Britons have made throughout our history. I was watching something on TV last night about people identifying bits of history where Black Britons were there, which I think has been really neglected. So it's really good to have this opportunity to think differently about our history. We've got a bit bound up in our own, just very white-centric, actually. So it's good to look at other people's histories and what they've been up to. There's a link for those of you who want to access some more information. I've got a whole resource sheet which has got links to this and all the things we're going to be talking about tonight. So do use it wisely there. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and there's been lots on Twitter about keeping up to date with that and checking yourself, and also, interestingly, for men to check themselves as well, because what many people don't realize is men can get breast cancer too. And I think that's important for those of you who've got men in your lives. You need to look after them as well as yourselves. We've still got COVID restrictions in parts of the north and northwest and Wales, and we just send greetings and good wishes to everybody. Keep patient with it, keep your masks at the ready. I thought it might be a nice thing to do, and I might raise this at the next festival, to think about masks as a real design and fashion statement. I know there are people in our world that don't approve of masks, don't think they work. I'm sure Jim is going to mention masks. I can't imagine he won't. But I think we might just raise that in the future. I'm just parking that in people's minds. And also next week, it's Baby Loss Awareness Week, and I'm going to talk a little bit of that at the end of the session. And this week, it's been the RCM conference online, and I'm sure that many of you, UK midwives especially, but also all over the world, have been accessing the RCM conference. There's been some fantastic sessions. We had Fran McConville this morning, and she highlighted, which I've put on the iPhone or the phone, other brands are available, the WHO COVID app. It's called WHO Academy COVID-19. It's available from the App Store, and it's apparently really fantastic. I haven't played with it much yet. I've downloaded it, haven't played with it much, but apparently as new information and practice comes in that it's as of concern to midwives and student midwives, and I assume all people in maternity services, it updates. So I'm going to check on whether that's as good as Fran was saying, because that seems to me really helpful to those of us who are very busy trying to juggle all this amazing amount of information and quite conflicting facts that seem to be coming. And again, I know Jim's going to really address that this evening. So that's on the news today. So if you haven't accessed the RCM conference, I must say this to you, if you haven't accessed the RCM conferences yet and you are an RCM member, do go in and register. It's free. There's lots of items of interest. You can meet Jill Walton, who's the chief executive, and all the people who work there, and really get to know what's happening in midwifery. It's really fantastic. So that's homework for today.
Thanks for watching this video from the Maternity and Midwifery Forum. For more expert opinion and analysis, hit the button below to subscribe.